Hey, what's up, man? So I got something super special for y'all today, man. I got Big Mike from O Block in the building, man. What's up?
What's going on, broski?
Not much, man. Not much, man. There's a lot going on in these YouTube streets and actually in the streets of this whole drill movement. So I had to bring you back in, man. I had to get your perspective. I had to hear from somebody with some firsthand account of a lot of the players involved. So, man, how you been first off?
Man, I've been decent. I've been dealing with a lot of shit. You feel me? That's why a lot of people been saying like I've been like ghost, like where I've been at this shit. But I've been dealing with shit, trying to get my mind together and shit. But I'm back focused.
Let's go ahead and get to it. Now, obviously, you've heard about all the things that's going on with Lil Durk and OTF, man. Now, what were your first thoughts when you heard about this OTF Rico case?
Stupid ass niggas. That was the first thing that came to my mind was stupid ass, bro. Like, how? Like, what the f? You got all this money. You taking care of your peoples. You got, once you start pushing peace, these kids start looking up to you and shit. Like, these kids, like, okay, like, he's showing us a different side of him now. He pushing peace, you feel me? And then now it's all, like, going down the drain. Like, a lot of people happy that man going to jail. Like, I've been watching YouTube and shit, because I'm more in tune with YouTube and shit now. So I be watching YouTube and shit. And it's a lot of people that's happy as hell that this man is probably about to lose his life to the fucking prison system. You know what I'm saying? Like, that ain't no win for no about it. It might be a win to the families, okay, that feel like he done something to them. But it ain't no win because that was one of our shots to at least get our city somewhat peaceful. It'll never be peaceful. But he was gonna be the first step to getting our somewhat peaceful because he got so many kids that look up to him. And now he gone. So now the kids like, oh, Durk in jail. Now everybody talking about him. All type of weird shit that's going on now. Like, everybody really happy that this man finna spend the rest of his life in jail. Mind you, I don't fuck with those. You feel me? But I don't wish that shit on nobody. Like, jail, like, come on now. And then motherfucker needed him. Like, low key, Chicago needed dude. Like, not on no violence shit, but yeah, from what I seen with him and J Main, like, he was trying to push peace. He was trying to figure shit out and help get the kids like away from what we was doing. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, that's, man. And what's crazy is by most professional estimates and most of the major, news publications and everything, downtown CNN, everything picked this up because, Durk has won a Grammy. He's allegedly up like 20 to 30 M's. You know what I'm saying? Could you imagine going from that to being in federal prison for the rest of your life?
Hell no. And then at the same time, like, he ain't, a lot of people think he ain't, this is what I'm trying to say. He not finna be comfortable in jail. He not gonna be able to get comfortable. So many people feel like he did shit to them. Man, it's finna be all type of niggas in them jails trying to get to dude, bro.
Even on the federal level, where it's like, it's mostly like for the black side and the black card. Because from what I hear, and you can tell me what you know, from what I hear when it comes to federal prison, it's divided by race first, of course. That's that.
Right.
Divided by race. Then you got your DC, then you got your Crips, then you got your Bloods, and then you got your states. Or no, excuse me, maybe it's the other way around. It's states, Crips, Bloods, or whatever gangs you guys bust into, right?
Right.
So when it comes to being like, say, like a BD in federal prison, that's a very small minority as compared to like all the Crips and all the Bloods, because there's so many thousands of Crips from just say California and all the other states and whatnot. You know what I mean? When typically, BDs, GDs are usually the South and Chicago and the Midwest. You know what I mean? So is that accurate?
I mean, I don't really know too much about the federal system. I do know that, like, I heard that like the places in California divided by races and shit like that. Some of them divided, a lot of them divided by states. Like, where you from? Oh, you from Chicago? Oh, yeah, your people them over there type shit like that. But I was saying that to say, like, just because it's like that, that don't mean that he ain't finna bump into somebody that his name got brought up in something that happened. Like, it could be a family member. Some probably locked up for the rest of his life. And let's just say his nephew died and dude them heard Durk had something to do with that. You think because it's divided and people supposed to have structure that man is gonna be like, okay, he killed my nephew, but I can't do nothing to him. That shit don't work like that, bro.
That's true. Yeah, I ain't even think about that. So
that shit don't work like that.
So based off what you know, man, like when it comes to like a lot of the people, you know, around Durk or whatever, you feel like in the federal system, he's gonna have a tough time.
Hell yeah. If he went to Cook County, he gonna have a motherfucking tough time. Like this what get talked about in jails every day, all day. Like I sat in jail and used to listen to every day talk about what they're doing. And these is that was supposed to be the guys, like what they gonna do when they catch him, like that. If he ever came to the jail, my on his head, all type of shit like that. Like people real life hate this man, bro. Like for real.
And they was specifically talking about Durk, huh?
Hell yeah, it's niggas in jail. It's niggas that's around him right now that was in jail sneak dissing on him. And went back home and went right back around him because he had it. He pulled that money out. He started taking care of. That's how you control some of them niggas in Chicago, bro. If you got some money, niggas gonna fuck with you. You got some money. It might not even be out of loyalty. It's out of he know that as long as he around you, you gonna make sure he's straight.
That's wild, man. So there's cats who are in jail, and we'll get to this later when we start talking about OTF Jam and the rest of these guys. But you said there's cats who are in jail, and you knew them firsthand, who were already dissing Lil Durk in prison. Let it be known that they wanted to do something to him, but got out and was like, started hanging out with him. That's crazy.
And then went back and started hanging out with him like on some phony shit. Just to collect that little bread, get up under them, kick it with them, ask them for some money. Now they walking around with chains and shit on and shit like that. You feel me?
Dang, this is crazy, man. Hey, this is exclusive. I love it, man. Well, so, man, let's talk a little bit about the case. So Lil Durk was accused of hiring a hit on Quando Rondo. You know what I'm saying? Now, Quando Rondo is a Rolling 60s Crip or ex-Rolling 60s Crip. I don't know. He never got his put off. So I'll just say, he's affiliated with the Crips in Savannah and a Rolling 60 set that originates in LA. Right. Now allegedly, Lil Durk, according to the indictment or to the complaint, because there hasn't been an indictment yet filed against Lil Durk. They just have a criminal complaint so they can hold him and transfer him over to California. Right. So under the complaint and under the indictment of the 5 people who were arrested and under the complaint also, it alleges that Lil Durk paid for the hit of Quando Rondo, which ended up not killing Quando Rondo, it killed his cousin Lil Pab. Right. Now, just based on what you know or things that you've seen, what do you know about this situation as far as like how it went down?
What I heard was what the internet telling everybody. It was they supposed to be trying to get some get back for Vaughn. You know what I'm saying? And end up killing the wrong motherfucker. And now look what it led to.
Now, the way that it's written in the indictment part of it is that they were shooting at the black SUV, the Cadillac Escalade, and Lil Pab just so happened to be outside. Right. I think it might have even been bulletproof because the people inside the car weren't harmed at all. Right. So Lil Pab is outside, and that's how he ended up losing his life because he was standing outside. I don't know if he was smoking a cigarette or something, you know? Right. And he just rolled up and started dumping, you know what I mean? So in a situation like that, where Lil Durk is allegedly getting get back for Vaughn, how would that be received by a lot of the cats? You know what I'm saying? Like people in y'all community in Chicago.
I mean, that's why everybody's saying what they saying now. Like it's a lot of fans right now that love that man, and now they talking shit about him because that's the next thing to do. The next thing to do is on the internet, okay, everybody trolling Durk now. You know what I'm saying? He locked up. They possible death penalty on the case and all type. You know what I'm saying? Everybody like this what they want. So this the new thing to talk about. So now you got motherfuckers, I'm seeing the comments, everybody talking about some, yeah, you went and got get back for Vaughn did, and now you locked up for the rest of your life. You know what I'm saying? It lead back to basically like what everybody was talking about with the old Block 5. Like basically everybody was saying that they sent themselves off for Vaughn, and now Vaughn dead, and they locked up in prison for the rest of their life. You know what I'm saying? And that's what's leading back to this. They saying allegedly that Durk was getting get back for Vaughn, and now look at him finna be in a federal prison, and there's 5 more other that's finna be in that with him. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, bro, y'all see what these people own. The feds ain't playing with no from Chicago no more. Like, they not playing at all, bro. They feel like we running around, we doing what the we want to do, and we can't be touched, bro. And that's why they own us how they own us, bro. So gonna have to watch what the they doing. Especially you rich. You wasn't supposed to even be tied to that shit. No way. If you even had something to do with it.
I agree, man, because it's weird how that thing is, it's like a cycle, man. And I saw a meme that showed like, yo, this all started because King Von allegedly talked to NBA Youngboy's baby mom, and then him and Quando Rondo were cool before that. Like, you see the videos of them hanging out and stuff, and, you know, he's dissing 63rd with King Von and all that. So it's like, yeah, so it's like, it's crazy how things can flip. And another thing before I ask my question, Lil Durk, what you said about Lil Durk hit close to home, because a week prior, we're all laughing at the fact that Lil Durk was on the show Power, you know, holding the gun looking funny, you know what I mean? A week later, now everybody's dissing Lil Durk like, oh, he's stupid, he threw his life away, all those millions, India gonna be messing with a new dude already, you know just savage with it, you know, savage with it. And I'm like, dang, this the dude y'all was praising just a week ago, man. It's hard, man.
The internet is brutal, bro. They attack everything that's negative. Everything, bro. If you see something positive on that mother, bro, you're not going to see that many likes. You're not going to see that many comments. And people ain't going to be subscribing. If you see some negative, if they see some negative shit, though, they going to like, subscribe, comment 1,000 times. And they going to be on the internet talking shit about it.
That's crazy, bro. And it's a self-feeding cycle, like you said, because then people make reactions to that. And then other people talk about those reactions. It's just like, you know, it's like it's this whole ecosystem that's created on social media.
Something wrong with people nowadays, man. I just seen some shit the other day while I went on Instagram. Some nigga that inboxed to India talking about can he get Durk winter clothes? Like, y'all think this shit a game, bro? Like, y'all think this shit funny?
That's cold-blooded, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. And I hate to laugh, but that's cold-blooded.
Yeah, then y'all playing with his people's like, all right, that's a difference. It's okay because he if he did whatever they trying to say he did, you know what I'm saying, with the conspiracy, with the murder for hire, you know what I'm saying, that's on him. But his girl and his kids, his family ain't got shit to do with that. So jumping in that lady inbox, asking, you know, trolling, talking about winter clothes and all that shit. Like, what's wrong with y'all, bro? That's why I say the internet brutal as you got people that sit behind their TVs, sit behind their laptops, sit behind their phones all day and just tweak with people, bro. Like, what the
Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy how they, I mean, that's just, it seems like that's the culture now, you know?
Yeah, it's weird as because she ain't got nothing to do with what his business is. His business is his business. You feel me? Yeah, that's his lady. She gonna ride with him. She gonna be behind him 100%. But at the same time, y'all ain't supposed to be jumping in her DMs, just attacking her. What the fuck y'all attacking her for? That's the name. But at the same time, y'all praying on the downfall, kicking him when he down because he locked up, bro. Like, come on now. There are people in there taking advantage of us in that, bro. We minorities in that, they taking advantage of us up in that. They making us work. You gotta work the job or you gotta go to SIG. You gotta work, I think, for like 90 days. You gotta keep your job. They force you to work for 50 cents a fucking day or some shit, bro.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
Now, if Lil Durk, let's say Lil Durk by some miracle beats this case, right? In his position, how would you come back? Like seeing all this on the social media and how quick people can turn on you, what would be your thoughts?
In his position with the mind frame he had before he just did this, because him and J-Mane was working on some shit where they was trying to do something. You know, J-Mane already, you know what I'm saying, helping the kids out and shit. He trying to save the kids. At first, I thought it was a facade for some money. You know what I'm saying? But once you constantly see it and you constantly see him speak on it, and he visiting places where he knows where he ain't supposed to be. He been in old block. He be going to other hoods where he didn't beef with, where he just this homies and shit. That's how you know it's real. Like, come on now, this nigga risked his life to go inside O Block. So when him and Durk linked up and they were starting to do their thing with the Pusha Piece situation, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, he trying something different now. He trying something different. Niggas get older, trying something different. We see what's going on. You know what I'm saying? So how I come out of the situation is I'll come out and tell them like shit, them basically, man, them people thought I had something to do with something I ain't have to do with. I'm back to saving these kids, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't even be gloating about it like I just beat that shit, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't even be gloating about it because it ain't shit to gloat about.
Nah, I agree. And I was going to ask a little bit about that J-Man topic later, but man, I want to get a little bit more into this Lil Durk situation too. Now, you've been vocal in our last 2 interviews that you really don't mess with Lil Durk like that. You know what I'm saying? There allegedly had a song dissing him or whatnot. But
right.
when it comes to the case, and have you seen how the case played out with the different co-conspirators and all that? Have you kept track of that or any of that?
I mean, I looked at like shit on YouTube or whatever about they shit. They were saying like they had people was wearing wiretaps. You know what I'm saying? Some I don't know these other little dudes, but supposedly some other little dudes that's signed under his label. I think his name Boogie.
Yep.
And what's the other one name?
Vonnie.
What'd you say?
OTF Vonnie. OTF Vonnie.
Yeah, OTF Vonnie. I seen some shit about them. I heard one of them like 17 or something like that.
Yeah, that's OTF Fatso, I want to say.
Yeah, him. Okay, I just recently heard about him last night.
Yeah, I heard he's going back to school. He going to college. You know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying? And they talking about this was one of the shooters. So and then he signed under Durk. So how people gonna look at that though? They looking at it. You out here. You supposed to be pushing peace and saving the kids. How people looking at it is that you sending these kids off that sign under you. You know what I'm saying? Who you supposed to be watching over? Who you supposed to be looking out for? They names in the indictment.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
Some kids though.
Now, here goes one name that came up that I had to ask you about. We kind of talked about this offline a little bit.
Right.
And you seem to be a little familiar with him. It's a guy by the name of OTF Jam.
Right.
Now, he's an older cat, and he allegedly did 12 years. He allegedly got into a lot of situations on the street. You know, he's known as a shooter. I'm not saying that you're saying that. I'm saying that's what they say on social media.
Right.
And he linked up immediately with Durk. Now, what's your knowledge of OTF Jam?
Jam, one of them, I ain't gonna lie. Jam been had a lot of clout through the jails, especially, you know what I'm saying? He did 10 up in there, you know what I'm saying? Me and him was in Lawrenceville together. You know what I'm saying? That's when we really started, I really started kicking it with him and shit. We really started talking it, you know what I'm saying? Building and shit like that, kicking in and shit. I was working in commissary in Lawrenceville and shit, and he was down there or whatever. But, I mean, he got respect all through the jails, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Then nobody with him, you know what I'm saying? He had respect through the jails. He got the clout, you know what I'm saying? He been mentioning Durk songs before he even got out of jail. So he already had his name was already out there before he got out. And then when he got out, it just added on to it. And cause now he got some money now. You know what I'm saying? He got a chain now, you know what I'm saying? He looking good now. He ain't got them prison clothes on and shit no more. But Jam always been known for one of them niggas who didn't play with niggas. Like, people didn't play with dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause he'll fuck you up. You know what I'm saying? Beating shit. Like, you don't want to fight him. He will beat the fuck out you. You know what I'm saying? Like, he had niggas used to be scared of dude. You know what I'm saying? But now, you know, the allegations is coming up and shit. And now you got all type of niggas like want to tweak and shit like that. Everybody just wants something to talk about. You know what I'm saying? But some of the niggas who talking and sneak this, y'all the same niggas just hanging with this man every day. You scatter this man and everything. You not gonna publicly speak on it. You know what I'm saying? Ain't none of them niggas gonna publicly speak on it. You know what I'm saying? They scared of dude, man. They terrified of him. That's like same shit with Brother. A lot of people don't want to speak on that shit. Zoo the only motherfucker that speak on Brother. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people ain't gonna speak on them though. Now with the allegations, I don't know if the allegations true or not. See, I watched Trench's News, and Trench's News say he talked to him. I don't know if he actually did or not. Trench's News said he talked to him. And he told they ass where the paperwork at. He ain't told them no more about it. You know what I'm saying? So with that situation, I really don't know what's really going on until she start hitting the fan. You know what I'm saying? It's the early stages right now. You know what I'm saying? It's the early stages. But if he did, it's gonna come to the light anyway. You can't hide.
Yeah, that's true. Just the same as with Trench's News situation or whatever. Like, because this case is so high profile, it's in all the news, just like Duck's trial. No, right, it's gonna come. It's gonna, like, once the news starts reporting on it, you're gonna have to take the stand. It's gonna come out. But social media is making a heck of a case, you know? And I hate to say that because I hate to, and I'm not saying that he's a snitch or anything like that, and I'm not accusing him of snitching, but they're making a heck of a case saying that, you know, Jam is one of the informants in this case. Now, you mentioned earlier about cats who were talking down on Lil Durk before they got out. Was Jam one of those cats?
No, hell no. Jam was always talking to Durk on the phone. Durk was always sending Jam money. Like, Jam ain't want for nothing inside that jail. You know what I'm saying? Dude made sure Jam was straight.
Wow. So Durk was taking care of him even on the inside like that, right?
Yeah, he was taking care of him. You know, and this ain't something that I done heard, you know what I'm saying, that from another Jam told me this out his own mouth, that Durk taking care of him and shit. And when he come home, Durk gonna have a con for him and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? This ain't no third party. This come from his mouth to me when we was in Lawrence.
So you were in Lawrenceville with Jam for how many years? For how long?
And I was in Lawrenceville for, like, I want to say 4 years damn near.
I asked that because there's a story that he was in Centralia and he had actually beat up some dude for talking bad about Newski. You know what I'm saying? That's like a rumor out there.
He be beating shit. I'm telling you, you can't. He one of them dudes that he like die hard. You know what I'm saying? He die hard with it inside them prison systems. So it's like with him, if he see him off and you know, niggas in jail, that's all they do is gossip. They gonna sit around, they gonna get to talking about niggas. That's what they do. They gossip all day, every day. Niggas ain't got nothing better to do but gossip. It's like they fan the fuck out in jail. Like, them niggas is in jail and like real suckers. Like, they something wrong with them. But yeah, like he be beating. He gon' if he overhear y'all talking about some shit and you talking about one of his people, one of his homies or something, he not gonna do no talking. He gonna beat the fuck out of a motherfucker. And motherfuckers know that niggas gonna start getting silent when dudes walking past anyway if they talking about some shit. But some niggas think they tough because a lot of niggas ain't seen a bump and shit. They just think that his name, you know, he got a lot of hype behind his name, but no, he got a lot of shit behind him that can bag it up too because he know how to fight. And in jail, you gotta know how to fight.
Yeah, that's the one thing, man. You go to jail, you gotta be good with them hands. You know, ain't no weapons. Yeah. And you say that he's known for really beating cats up. I mean, there's several stories out there. So I mean, I'll take your word for it. Now, you yourself, in your communications with Jam, had you ever felt like, yo, there might be something weird or odd about dude as far as like maybe like he might be like informing?
Hell no. Jam ain't never gave off no vibes like that. Jam was really a motherfucker who stayed to himself. He worked out all the time. He ain't never gave off no vibes like that. He always was a respectable ass. Like, everybody respected him. He'll look out for you. You know what I'm saying? If he knew you was one of the, like, let's say, all right, we was all in the same game. So if he was to see another motherfucker that he know can't fight, but that's one of the guys though, he gonna take up for bro. He gonna tell him fight him, and 9 times out of 10, the who wants some tough with the other ain't gonna want to fight. That's the type of nigga he was. He'll look out for you and everything on bro. He ain't that. If you was to tell the jails right now in Illinois, them the jails I'm talking about, I don't know about other jails. If you was to tell the jails right now that Jam is a federal informant, ain't nobody in them jails gonna believe you until you show them paperwork.
That's crazy, man, because this is so different than what we've been hearing. Because right now, social media is having their time. There's obviously, did you see the picture that was going around in the interrogation room?
Yeah,
do you think that's Photoshop or do you think that's real, man?
Man, oh no. Cause the way the internet is now, witty man, they be AI and pictures and all types of, I don't know, man.
And it looked like it was his face, but it could be somebody put his face on somebody else looking up at the camera. You know what I'm saying?
But look though, if he was in the station, I'm pretty sure it's some type of paperwork that said he was in the station that day. So if they can find paperwork that say he was in the station that day, yeah, then that's him. And he was in there eating.
All right, Big Mike. So you were talking about the whole interrogation room situation in the picture. So what do you think about this?
I mean, it looked bad because, and then the picture, the internet crazy, man, because the picture is him looking up at the camera as if he know it is like, if the picture is real, bro, the look is a guilty look. Like he looked up like, damn, it's a camera sitting right here. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, if that is true, he finna have to deal with a lot of shit. They finna be on him. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how Durk feel about the situation. You know what I'm saying? I know he still had love in his heart for him, but their relationship ain't never gonna be the same, especially if that man gotta sit down and they talk about the death penalty on that charge. You know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly. And it comes to this, and I made this point before I went live, and I was like, well, what charges could you have that would have you turn on your mans if he, like, how much time are you looking at for him to like, because essentially you're putting Lil Durk in a murder for hire plot.
Right.
The biggest penalty for that is the death penalty, and the other charges that go with that are for life. You know what I'm saying? In the federal system for life.
For sure.
Like, if you caught, because the rumor is he caught a gun charge that he didn't want to take like a year ago. And I think there's I don't know if it's real or not, there's a mugshot or whatever floating around on social media. So if you catch a gun charge, what is that, 5, maybe 10 years? Who would send a man to jail for life for the death penalty just so they didn't have to do 5 or 10 years? That's horrible, man.
That is some up shit, because if he get convicted, he will die inside that prison. You know what I'm saying? And bro, when I was at first, before I ever got locked up before in my life, you know what I'm saying? Like, we never thought about this type of shit, like dying in prison and shit. But when I actually went in them jails and watched die in them prisons, that's what gave me a different perspective. I don't get no fuck if I hate your guts. Like, I don't get no fuck if I want to see you dead. I ain't gonna want to see you in up.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? It's up in there, bro. I just did almost 10 years in there and 4.5 before that. You know what I'm saying? So I know everything about the prison and what's going on in prison, bro.
Now, when it comes to, and since we're on that topic, when it comes to prison, and there's older guys, like guys in their 70s, 80s or whatnot.
Right.
King Von had a really good story about how since he was young, they wanted to teach him a lesson, and they made him wheel around an old dude. Like he had to take care of him. He actually had to help, like, change his diaper, all that stuff, man. In that situation, like, is that shocking to see?
I mean, it is, because you got a lot of dudes that's in wheelchairs, that's in they in hospice because they dying from cancer or some crazy ass like that. You got niggas, like I had a homie in there, like he didn't even know he was dying, bro. He been in jail so long, he didn't even know he was dying, bro. His arteries was clogged. And he didn't even know, bro. Like that, and that's another thing with us men, but I ain't even gonna get into that. But at the same time, he didn't even know he was dying, and he ended up dying in prison. Like, bro, like who wanna die in there with them people, man? Them people gonna bury your ass out in the back of their yard or whatever because you still a ward of the state, even though you dead. So they bury you. They bury you somewhere else. His body still belongs to us. I'm dead. Pass my body to my fame.
Dang, that I heard about that, but because there was a lady, she was from Chicago actually, and she was actually a lady, and she was fighting to try to get her dad's body because he was an ex, like, guy or something like that.
Right.
And they buried him, like you said, on the prison yard, behind the prison or something crazy like that, man. Where they had money. They wanted to bury him right, with the rest of their family, whatever, man. So you've actually seen that take place?
Hell yeah. They be, I didn't, like, cause I worked in hospice too in Lawrence. So I didn't watch die. Like, they had this racist ass white man that used to be back there. And I used to go back there and take care of this, even though he used to be calling me niggas and shit. He used to be like, get the fuck away from me and shit like that. But I knew he was just, he was one of them from back in the days. He racist. He came up racist. But that still ain't stopped me from helping him because I knew he was dying at the end of the day.
Yeah, that's just real, man. Nah, that's crazy, man. So when we look at Lil Durk and the prospects of all that, right?
Right.
And you hear these things about OTF Jam and then maybe other informants or what not like that. I wonder, man, if Lil Durk is taking care of people. He's taking care of Jam in prison. He's taking care of Jam in jail. He's taking care of Jam, give him 50,000, shout him out in songs. What in the world could be the motivation to say, you know what, I'm about to flip on it? Because on the video clips that they're showing, the way that he's moving, I don't know if you've seen him, like they've been breaking him down, like when he's in the background of the video or shooting videos with Lil Durk.
Right.
He does look a little awkward. And I'm not trying to judge a book by his character, judge a book by its cover. But he look like he up to something, you know what I'm saying? I hate to say it like that. But he do look like he up to something, man. Like, what do you think about that?
I mean, he always look like he up to something shit because he be on dirt all the time. But I don't know. I mean, I ain't see all the clips. I might have to go back and look at them and shit like that. But to be honest though, you would never know the reasons a nigga do something like that. You never know what's going through that man's head. You feel me? If these allegations is true, it could be anything. It's probably shit that we don't know that they know that's on the inside of that shit. You know what I'm saying? It probably was where he just felt like maybe after he came home and he got that little money, maybe a did start treating him different, or maybe something had happened, or maybe him and Durk really ain't been seeing eye to eye. He like, oh yeah, nigga, you, or maybe Durk doing more for certain motherfuckers than what they doing for him. You know what I'm saying? It could be anything. It could be he just did 12 years and he ain't trying to go back to jail. You know what I'm saying?
Now, that too, that's a big one. Now, the rumor is, and I hate to keep hitting you with all these rumors, but that's all we got right now. And I just want to focus on the fact that they are rumors. Now, the rumor is that his baby mom had got shot and killed. And then after her being shot and killed, he built up a resentment for Lil Durk for some things that didn't happen on the streets on his behalf.
Right.
Did you heard anything of that nature?
I mean, I don't know nothing about it. I mean, I do know, heard that his baby mama had got killed this and he had like a little animosity towards motherfuckers because he felt like a motherfucker supposed to did more. You know what I'm saying? If you shouting me out in songs and you saying how much of a demon I am and how much you fuck with me and all this, somebody just killed my baby mama. Of course, in his mind, he expecting, okay, y'all doing all this, allegedly doing all this killing out here in these streets, but a motherfucker killed my baby mama and y'all still ain't did nothing. So some resentment could be there. You know what I'm saying? I know if I was locked up and my baby mama got killed and none of my peoples did nothing, like y'all just say my baby mama like that, like she ain't a part of me or something. Like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? So that might be that might play a big ass part in the reason why if he did wear that wire or whatever they say he did, if he told in that interrogation room or whatever.
Yeah, this is a tough one, man. This is wild because it's playing at such a high level now because of Lil Durk being Grammy Award winning, huge rap star, like one of the biggest stars in the rap game right now. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna all play out in public. And when it comes to OTF Jam, what's your final thoughts on him? Like, what do you think, man?
I mean, That's it. That's bro life. It's his life. He the only one that got to deal with his actions, with what he do. You know what I'm saying? So if this is true, he know what come with it. So if it's true, he know what's finna come with it. You finna be all over the internet. You know what I'm saying? A lot of shit finna be happening. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, that's his life. That's he got to deal with them. That's he got to answer for. But at the same time, it's gonna be hard to even get somebody to even try to do something to that man.
Yeah, especially when it's federal. Like, you know, like even in the Young Thug case or whatnot, right?
Right.
They have a situation where, you know, YSL Woody is running around like, you know, he can't be touched. But obviously he can't be touched because, you know, you got the case going on. Right. And even at the state level, they're not usually as proficient as watching witnesses. And I heard a federal agent talk about this, about the Lil Durk case. Right. Any of the witnesses in the Lil Durk case or anybody who's an informant, they're going to be watching them with a close eye. It's almost going to be impossible, you know, because number one, it's the federal. They've got an unlimited budget. All they got to do is write a letter to get funding approved for whatever they're going to do. You know, they don't run out of money. So it's hard to fight them. You know what I'm saying? Because it's the federal government. So it's like, it'll be tough for anything to happen if it proves to be true anyway. Right?
Yeah. I mean, Durk, he, the only good thing about it is, well, ain't nothing good about the situation, but he got money to be able to pay for them lawyers, bro. The good ones. Not the ones that's gonna go in there trying to catch plea deals or trying to get you to get a plea deal and like that. He finna have some real powerful lawyers on his side. And that's the only thing that's, you know what I'm saying, that's gonna keep him. You feel me? But mark my words. One of them little niggas gonna eat that case. Watch. Durk gonna come home.
Okay, so you calling it like that. You think, now, okay, there's different players involved, and we're gonna get to one next, but you think that one of these cats is gonna eat the case and Lil Durk will probably be home?
Man, one, if not all five of them. Somebody gonna eat this case for dude. I guarantee you. Watch.
That'd be wild. That'd be a wild. Well, right now, Lil Durk is only being held on a criminal complaint.
That's what I'm saying.
They haven't done a full indictment, and what we have in the indictment so far, I'm assuming that maybe Lil Durk is co-conspirator number one. They don't have him listed, his name, and in co-conspirator number one, because it matches up to his criminal complaint, they're only guilty of telling somebody, you know, basically on text message, hey, don't have my name associated with any of this. Like, it still seems a little loose, like with the evidence that they got against him. So we'll see. You might be right. You know what I mean? All right, Big Mike. So, man, I want to ask you about another person that was mentioned in this Lil Durk OTF RICO case or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to call it a RICO case because it's not a RICO case. Right now, it's just an indictment of some OTF affiliates. But one of the guys, OTF Dede. Are you familiar with OTF Dede?
Yeah, Dede, that was my homie, man. Me and Dede, we was locked up together. We did been in fight together. Dede to watch me beat ass. I to watch Dede beat ass.
Now, our first introduction, a lot of people to OTF Dede was through the music, of course, right?
Right.
But there was a viral video of him being done, like something horrible happening to him, like his dreads getting cut and all that.
I seen
that situation happened like 3, maybe 4 years ago, I believe, right? Or maybe even longer than that ago, right?
Yeah, it was some years ago, for sure.
Now, during that time period, man, what was it like on the streets for like OTF Dede? Because to be honest, I hate to label him a victim, but in that situation, he was clearly a victim. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. He really ain't had no choice. It's like, I mean, me personally, everybody got a choice. Me personally, you gonna have to kill me, bro. You know what I'm saying? You finna have to kill me in here. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I can live and then come back and just try to kill all you. But like, you ain't finna do me like that. I ain't going. It ain't happening. Y'all gonna have to kill me. And he should have known that they weren't gonna kill him because they record everything. They was recording him the whole time. They got the, so if they would have killed him, they would have had to kill him too. she was gonna tell.
Yeah, of course. And then she's crying. I mean, that was one of the most crazy scenes I've ever seen in my life. And a lot of people go back to because that clip just got reposted in a lot of the blogs because Dede's name came up in this case. And I talked to a lot of street dudes, whatever. I interview dudes. Nothing like that. Like, what in the world would possess them to do, like, take it that far as opposed to just beating them up and just shooting them?
Because it's embarrassing. So how the ops look at it, well, how the other side be looking at it is, all right, so we got Dede. You know, we could kill him, but we looking for a little bit of clout. We want to let them know. We want to let the world know that this nigga really a, you know what I'm saying? So you got the guy that's supposed to be a threat. He one of them niggas. There's somebody who Durk love. He talk about. There's somebody who Durk went and got, paid for that lawyer, got him out of jail. He beat that murder, came home. He took care of him. This the guy that, you know, we can embarrass this nigga and show the world that the image that Durk made of Dede, we finna tear that right down in front of all these billions of people. And that's what they did. They put it on the internet, and now everybody was trolling like, oh, that's the threat. That was the threat. You know what I'm saying? And they was making fun of it and shit like that. But at the same time, though, like, Dede ain't no though, man. He not no bro. You feel me? He went a different route. He went a different route than what I would have took in that situation. But his will to live kicked in. He was like, shit, he finna do whatever he got to do to get up out that situation. Shit, he got up out that situation. He made it out. He alive.
Now, did you know him in jail before that, or did that clip come out later?
No, I was already in tune with bro before that. Like,
okay,
he had already beat the case, went home.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So this is recent from when he's been, because he beat 2 charges, right? He beat 2 charges several years back, and then he ended up coming home, and this is during that time period where that. Okay, gotcha. Crazy, man. Now, with that being said, but that didn't take away from any of his validity in the street, you're saying?
No, it still ain't gonna, because niggas really know who he is. You know what I'm saying? Like, niggas know, like, he ain't no, he'll get on there with you. You know what I'm saying?
Now what's crazy is he was thrown in this OTF case, right? So
right.
He's one of the people who are actually named in the indictment part of this OTF case, right?
Right.
Now, in there, he's being alleged to be in on this whole Quando Rondo shoot or whatever. Now, due to what Durk has done for him all those years or whatever, I'm thinking they're like, and it's a weird way to phrase this question, so ride with me. Like, do you feel like it's a possibility that all this could have been, you know, it could have been thrust into this situation due to loyalty?
If he had anything to do with the situation, it was definitely out of loyalty. It was definitely out of loyalty, and it was out of love too. You know what I'm saying?
So, as far as you know, OTF Dede is one of Lil Durk's guys. Like, what really they like together?
That's his brother. They like brothers. You know what I'm saying? That's his man's. Like, they homies for real. Like, ain't no. I never suspect no backdoor action from Dede when it comes to Durk. He loved him too much, bro. He with him too hard.
Now, what's crazy is a lot of people are starting to wonder, trying to figure out who might be one of the informants in the case. Because the feds, let's be honest, they're very good at having and hiding their informants. And there's always an informant in the case somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Always. Several, usually. And I heard a federal agent talking about this recently. He said usually for the one case or the one person, they've got 2 people as informants assigned to each person. This is how the feds do it. You know, to each person in the case. Right. So there's going to be a whole bunch of different informants, right? Now with the OTF Dede situation is there's an indictment, or excuse me, another arrest or federal criminal charge that some paperwork just surfaced out today. So a lot of people are saying he might have been hiding the case behind the scenes, and people are trying to connect the dots. And when you look it up, it looks like it was an armed robbery case in Los Angeles. So in 2022, in August 2022, it looks like, man.
Right.
Now, I don't remember any news of him, getting arrested for that or any news or anything of that coming out. So a lot of people are trying to say, well, what's going on with that case too? Because, there's some paperwork that's floating around. Now, it's a possibility. Maybe it's fake or whatever, right? But as I'm looking at the paperwork, it looks legit. But I don't know. Had you heard anything about OTF Dede catching an armed robbery charge in Los Angeles?
Hell no. That's been on the wraps. Shit, I ain't seen it on the internet neither.
Yeah, the blogs and all those, they work overtime, man.
Right.
They do this for fun and entertainment, and people like having information like that out. So, man, with the the newest charge, all right, Big Mike. So, since you looked at the document that's allegedly the new charges or the newest case for OTF Dede, and judging that, when you don't know about somebody's case, you don't know what they're capable of doing sometimes, especially if they have a case that you don't know about. What do you think about this?
I mean, he got some charges already that he gotta figure the fuck out. And now on top of that, you got more charges that's federal though. Like, come on, Dede, man, you way better than this, bro. And
it's in the same court as this whole OTF situation.
Exactly. OTF. So now they looking at it like, damn, you out here robbing, bro. Then you out here helping, bro, die.
It's crazy, man.
And them courts, another thing, a lot of these motherfuckers don't know. When you leave your city and go to another city and do something crazy in their city, man, them people gonna hand it to you. You wanna know why they gonna hand it to you? Because they want to teach every motherfucker. I'm gonna use Chicago, for example. They want to teach every motherfucker in Chicago not to bring your ass down to their state.
Yeah. I've noticed that. Yeah, they're doing that. It seems like that Houston, Atlanta, they're doing the same thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of the Chicago street stuff scares a lot of these other cities, especially like their police system, their legal system and stuff. Because a lot of the cats up in Chicago, let's be honest, sometimes a lot of those go unsolved, man. Like, it's a lot of cases go unsolved, which isn't the norm for a lot of other places. Other places, like a lot of cases get solved. You know what I mean?
Because sometimes come up missing. You never know, might grab them up and put them in a basement until trial or something. All type of shit be happening.
Now, one thing that I got to mention is, and I was just seeing this, that new charge or that new filing from a few days ago, or about not even a week ago or whatever. It looks like it's dated August 19th, 2022.
Right.
So this could be loosely connected to the Quando Rondo case. This could be connected to the Quando Rondo case because that took place on August 19th, 2022.
Trust me, the feds and the internet is going to figure this case out. Trust to believe that, because the internet helped the police. I don't know what they say.
I believe so too. It would seem like if and I'm pretty sure they already do this, they probably sit on Reddit all day and read through all the discussions, all the talks. Like that last interview I told you about the time, with the whole Oblak case, where, the guys went, they hacked into the system where it was like, or allegedly hacked into the system where they repo cars that they're going to use in investigations, went and linked the cars, and man, they was doing work. You know what I'm saying? Like that, the system that, like, when they have a car that they're going to use in an investigation, they actually take that car and there's a place that the police impounded to. And that place has a database where they store all the cars that they have connected to crimes.
Right.
And they hold those cars that whole time. Sort of like what you see in the YNW Melly case. Well, there was some information that leaked online of what the cars were that were tied to that case, allegedly. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm not saying it's no longer up. So I'm not, allegedly, you know what I'm saying? So people work overtime on this stuff, man, which is, from your perspective, is that kind of crazy?
It is, because, like, don't y'all got jobs, kids? Like, don't people got other shit to do than focus on the next man? Like, you sitting on here, you typing about shit, And then them people going over there, they putting 1, 2 together, they taking little shit. Certain people go on these interviews and they might slip up and say something, and now it turned into a clip. It's a clip now. Cause you done just said something out your mouth that probably ain't even true, but you said it though. You said it. And so what the internet gonna do, they gonna take what you said and everybody gonna remix the fuck out of it. And they gonna use that shit against you in court.
Facts. Facts. We've seen it happen several times. Now with interviews, I think the only time I've seen interviews brought up actually was in the whole Young Dolph case where, you know, the guy Quete, he was doing interviews, like doing a lot of interviews. I guess he was trying to build up some money, probably to pay for his legal defense or whatever. And a judge came in and said, hey man, we've been watching all these interviews you've been doing. Yo, you can't do no more interviews. You know?
Right.
Which is crazy, man, which is crazy.
Yeah,
for the record though, for the record, I have never been offered anything. Nobody's ever come to me and said, yo, can we get that interview or anything like that? Never.
Right.
But, you know, I have a way of asking my questions, which aren't super duper police. You know what I mean?
But it ain't even your fault though, because at the end of the day, you a blogger. You know what I'm saying? You do the YouTube shit. Your questions is your questions. It's up to the mother who being interviewed to answer the question. If you ask me something I don't want to answer, I'm not gonna answer. If I feel like it's some that's gonna fuck around and get me indicted or something, I'm gonna tell you straight up, man. Watch out with that goofy shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like these niggas be going on here answering the police questions though.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
They go on the internet and say, "Oh, it was Adam 22 the reason I'm locked up," or DJ, you the reason I'm locked up, or Vlad is the reason I'm locked up. No, nigga, you the reason you locked up because you shouldn't have ran on there and answered the questions that he asked you that you knew was going to help you get indicted. Goofy ass.
Yeah, facts. All facts. You know what I mean? And what's crazy about this situation is we only have a limited amount of information right now as far as all the OTF affiliates and all that in the case.
Right.
Now, throughout all the people, you said you didn't know OTF Boogie, you don't know OTF Vonnie. Now there are two other guys who were actually mentioned in the case. A guy by the name of Brown Eyes, which is an interesting name, and another guy by the name of Flocka. And they come from a neighborhood called TBG, Four Lil Mob or whatever, Lil 4 Mob or something like that, man. Had you ever heard of any of those cats before?
I heard of Lil 4 Mob, but I ain't never heard of them. They probably kids though. Like, what's the age range? These probably some teenagers we talking about.
Yeah. I don't know their age. They probably super young, man. They probably super young. So
if they super young, I don't know.
Now also, man, in this case, it seems like, man, there's different levels of the co-conspirators, right? They've got a co-conspirator 1 who's allegedly Lil Durk, co-conspirator number 2 who's allegedly one of the guys who did everything on the ground. A lot of people online think that's OTF Dede.
Right.
And then there's co-conspirator number 3, who's the money person. They obviously were purchasing the tickets and doing things as far as that. Now, what blew everybody's mind about the indictment was the fact that somebody was allegedly making, co-conspirator number 3 was actually making purchases out here with what they called a OTF credit card. Now, we all run a business. Who in their right mind would use their business card to be purchasing the drive-by vehicle, weapons, and stuff like that? That's crazy, man. What did you think when you heard that?
That's a mother who done got so big-headed and feel like they can't be touched, bro. They feel like they exempt from anything because they so big-headed, like, use the OTF card to kill them. Hey, come on, man. You feel me? And then they got you on wiretap telling people not to let come back to you, well, phone call, whatever it was, but telling that person, don't let this come back to you. Like, niggas folks already knew that, right?
Yeah.
You had to tell somebody that over the phone if this supposed to already know that.
It was hard to believe, man. Like, what? Like, I can't. Okay. So you think it was just a big head thing? Like, yo, I can't be touched? Because who in their right mind would even have their business attached to a crime? Like, why would, like, that'd be the That's the easiest way to figure out who it is. You know what I'm saying? Then that puts your business in liability for whatever took place, it seems like, right?
Hell yeah. And basically I was saying that because the simple fact is, basically like you just said, you gotta be out your mind to use your business account to transfer money that may have been involved in a nigga getting killed. You is the founder of OTF. So if it's OTF credit cards, of course they gonna put some shit on you. Where they get them credit cards from? They got them from you. You the you the man. That's your label. That's your shit. So it's hard for nothing not to come back on you if you passing out OTF credit cards and these niggas taking money off of it and going to pay people to get killed with it, allegedly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That blew everybody away. I ain't gonna lie. I think everybody who read that at the same time smacked their head and went to shaking their head, man. Like, I can't believe they would be that, do something that sloppy. Not saying that they did it, allegedly, you know what I'm saying?
Everybody looking at it like, man, why would you even put yourself in this position? You know what I'm saying? But in his mind, if he did do what the allegations say, in his mind, he was getting get back for his homie. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy, man. Now, I want to switch gears just a little bit, man, and ask you something that I've been meaning to ask you about it several times.
For sure.
Now, during the situation with King Von down in Atlanta, a lot of things took place. A lot of other people besides King Von actually lost their life. Right. There was a guy by the name of Louis who ended up getting shot in the head. Right. And, he'll never be the same again for the rest of his life. And then there was another guy by the name of Slutty who ended up losing his life. Now, were you familiar with Slutty?
Yeah, me and Slutty grew up together, and he really was like one of my big homies. He was really like one of the I listened to on the block and shit like that.
Now, that was the word that he had been in the streets for a very long, like outside for a very long time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he was.
Now, from what you heard about the whole King Von shooting situation, Slutty losing his life and all that, obviously the blowback with the Quando Rondo, Lil Tim and all this situation, what's your overall opinion about what happened that night?
Some goofy ass, some shit that could have been avoided, bro. Like I've been saying, that shit could have been avoided if everybody wasn't out there trying to be yes men. So I seen the interview with Louis when I think Louis was talking to Vlad or somebody or something on the interview, and he said some shit on the lines of see a mother who they've been trying to catch. Shit, what could you do about that? You could do a lot, nigga. If this my homie, I ain't no yes. If this my homie, and I see some potential shit happening when we can avoid this and probably visit this another time. Man, look, bro, all that. We finna go up in this hookah lounge. We finna go chill, bro. Like, we ain't on none of this goofy ass right now, man. Today, folks' birthday, man, we came to party. We ain't stunning dude out. That dude sit out here. We finna go up in here, bro. Dude, you know what I'm saying? It could have been shit that was done. You know what I'm saying? And it was some real gangsters out there. Slutty. You know what I'm saying? He ended up losing his life in that situation. You know what I'm saying? You could clearly see Moowop run up and do his thing. But the rest of them niggas is bitches and they cowards and they ran. And they know they ran. And they still out here in these streets acting like they gangsters. Y'all ran. Y'all left that man now. Y'all track stars, bro. Y'all took off running. It's on the video. You can't even say you didn't run. And then I see some shit like this so fun. That's how you be knowing niggas be using niggas, bro. Because in one of the video clips when this nigga Boss Top was getting booked on that day, this nigga he was worried about his fucking money damn near the whole time, bro.
Now, which video clip are you talking about? You talking about the one where BJ is shot in the back of the car?
No, I'm talking about the situation that night when it happened. That night.
Yeah. I think BJ got shot too that night, right?
Yeah. But that night when Vaughn got killed, they was locking Top up. It's a video out.
Oh yeah, I seen that.
Right,
I seen that.
right.
I seen it.
And he was asking about Von and shit first. They told him Von they make it woo out the bam. All he was doing was, damn, man. And he went right back to asking about some money, bro. The money that Von handed him in the club. That's what he was worried about, bro.
That's crazy, man.
For sure.
All right, Big Mike. So I wanted to ask you a couple of things, man. I want to get an understanding of your relationship with T-Roy, man. How did you know T-Roy? And is it true that T-Roy was actually Slutty's, was Slutty's little brother or whatnot?
Yeah, I don't know, like a lot of like brothers, like probably on their daddy side of shit. I know T-Roy, Slutty, and HK, they all brothers. You feel me? I ain't know nothing. If they had other brothers, I ain't know them and shit like that. But T-Roy, Slutty, and HK was all brothers. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because all three of them dead. That's fucked up. But T-Roy, I've been knowing T-Roy since he was little. From when we was calling him Troy. And, you know what I'm saying? Because that was his name, Troy. It just went to T-Roy, you know what I'm saying? I don't know who gave him the name, but it changed over to T-Roy, you know what I'm saying? But T-Roy was my little homie, man. Like, me and T-Roy ain't never had no problems with each other, none of that shit. Like, of course, he younger than me and shit, you feel? I was always older than him and shit, but T-Roy was one of them niggas. T-Roy gangster. He just was smaller than them.
Now, the crazy part is a lot of people got introduced to T-Roy and hearing his name for the very first time when Chief Keef's shouting him out on his song where he talks about my young cats are savages. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He mentioned Boss Talk. He mentioned T-Roy. He mentioned a lot of different people. You know what I mean?
Right.
So a lot of people who love drill music, they got introduced to these characters, or people who played out in the music as characters. And then to see them now on videos and things like that, their arrest records and stuff like that, what do you think about it as opposed to like how it mends into the drill culture, like how people view T-Roy? Is any of that accurate? Because there's documentaries out there basically painting him as King Von #2. You know what I mean?
Man, he is T-Roy. He not King Von #1. He not King Von #2. He is T-Roy because he was his own man. He was his own person. And he was doing that before Von even jumped off the porch. So you can't even compare them.
That's crazy, man. Because, okay, yeah. And then T-Roy is older than Von, right?
I think probably about, if he is, it was probably about, probably a two-year age difference or something like that. Probably something like that. He ain't that much older.
So how, like, okay, I'm trying not to make it like sound like a pyramid or anything, but
right.
How, so T-Roy and them were a little bit younger than you, and then Von and them are a little bit younger than T-Roy and them. So that's kind of like the chain of like, not of command or anything like that. I'm saying like,
see how we do it, like how it be in the hood really is like an age bracket. You know what I'm saying? T-Roy and Von is still in the same age bracket.
Okay.
So like they was hanging out with each other because they was around the same age. Like I used to hang out with old 5 Platoon and all them because we was all around the same age. You know what I'm saying? But
okay, so you and OD and C Murder and those cats, y'all are all around the same age, right?
Yeah, all of us around the same age.
Okay.
We the original.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. So as being one of the originals, right? You get locked up, you're facing all this time and stuff.
Right.
And you start to hear about all the younger cats losing their life, man. So when T-Roy loses his life, how did that affect you?
That's hurt because it's somebody that this ain't no new nigga who just came to the block. This ain't a mother that a mother started bringing around and now he claiming the block. This somebody who been on this block for years, decades. You know what I'm saying? So he been out there. Like we know him, he know us. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people shouting his name and all this don't know him. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the same shit I was saying with OD. Anybody that's there from our block, a lot of these new little shorty that's coming up now, you know what I'm saying? They be saying my name, don't even know them. You know them from off of what we done told y'all about them or what y'all done heard about him or something like that. You feel? Can't none of these little niggas say they done seen O in action.
That's wild, man, because, you know, when it comes to drill rap, these are like these huge figures, like you said, and people don't know them. But, man, when it comes to them, man, it's like they're almost like legends in drill rap. And then you have a situation like you had just a week ago,
right?
Where Lil Durk had his birthday concert, and he posted the faces of a lot of the fallen people in the drill rap culture, man.
For sure.
I believe T-Roy was up there as well, man. So what do you think about that and how it ties into what's going on now?
Yeah, because I feel like it's like this. A mom showing you why we do this. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if this was his reason, but this how I'm looking at it. By him put all, you know what I'm saying, like the fallen homies that had died, you know what I'm saying? It's like showing people like, this what I'm doing it for, you know what I'm saying? This what I do it for. I do it for my family, and I do it for all my homies that I done lost in this game, you feel me? So like, that's how I look at it, you know what I'm saying? If like he showing all the fallen homies and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? I'm looking at it like he paying homage, he showing respect, you know what I'm saying? Letting them all know, you know what I'm saying? Some of them people, if it weren't for them, he probably wouldn't even be in the position that he is in now. So it's all about, you know what I'm saying, showing homage, he's showing respect. That's all.
And even with your issue with Lil Durk, you can respect that, right?
Of course, you know what I'm saying. Besides any issue that on some street shit, you still give respect when it's due. You know what I'm saying? I showed some respect when I seen him and J-Man get together and he was on some peace shit. You can't knock no man for trying to do no shit like that. He trying to save lives. Shit. I'm all for it.
So what do you think about that? Because we're obviously in a situation where there was good movement at the concert. They pushing peace. J-Man ends up going to O Block with Tay Savage, your old hood. What do you think about all that?
I mean, it's a start. You feel me? It's the beginning. Chicago ain't never gonna be peaceful, bro. It ain't gonna happen. It's like these kids coming from the womb, gangsters. Because that's what they see in their daddy is. That's what they see their little brother is. That's what they see their uncle is. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, Durk been a gangster in the streets or whatever. I can't confirm or deny if he ever killed nobody or nothing. Like I said in one of my other interviews, I can't even confirm or deny if he was a real gangster. You feel me? At the same time, though, he was one of them that knew about the hood, and he been in the hood, and he done been through shit, and he was transforming. He was not transforming, transitioning over from being a gangster to trying to be on some peace shit now. You know what I'm saying? Everybody start, you know what I'm saying? Just because we came up as gangsters don't mean we ain't shit in here. Cause it's still something in here. I still got a fucking heart. You know what I'm saying? And I still see shit and certain shit as you getting older just don't make sense to you no more. And they be like, damn, what the fuck is that? You know what I'm saying? So I saluted them. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, he out there, they finna, you know, you ain't gonna be able to save all lives. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna be able to save all of you. You know what I'm saying? But we can save some of them though.
Hey, and that's what's up right there. I ain't gonna lie. Now I wanna actually go somewhere else. There was a video that I saw that I thought was pretty dope that was actually making its rounds on social media.
Right.
There's an ex-police officer who used to run the security for Death Row by the name of Reggie Wright.
Right.
Now Reggie Wright ended up, you know, working with Suge and ended up getting found guilty for, I think, being too close to the streets. You know, he was a cop, but he was running Death Row security. So you can only imagine how dirty everything was intertwined. He done some time, but he came out with a message after all this Lil Durk stuff. And basically in his message and in the video, he talks about the fact of how to watch your homies. And I just sent the video actually to and I wanted you to check it out. It's only like 1 minute and 30 seconds, I want to say, or maybe even not even 2 minutes. And just give an opinion. So you saw what Reggie Wright said about watching your homeboys and how to really, really keep your nose clean out there in the streets, man. What do you think about what he said?
I mean, what he's saying is facts though. And then his position, he letting you know he giving my the game right now. See, he basically telling you if your homie come around, one of your homies come around after doing time in the joint, and he bring up some old shit, want to talk about some that happened back then. He said, "Do the Scooby Doo." And act like you don't know what the they talking about.
Facts. I was like, man, and he knows because like he ran like that's security, and then he was a cop. His dad is a well-known cop from like well-known decorated chief of police or something like that in Compton, or a high-ranking police officer in Compton. He was before, he's an older man now. But man, it's crazy, man. So do you think it's fully possible for somebody to avoid getting caught up in a trap or getting set up like by a wire or anything like that?
Hell no.
Honest.
It ain't. I mean, people got their ways of trying to beat these people, you feel? But at the end of the day, if you go back in history, all the gangsters was getting their ass booked. All the real gangsters was getting booked. Wasn't nobody staying out of jail. Wasn't nobody exempt from jail. A lot of people thought they was exempt from jail and was getting their ass caught up. You feel me? Like, they got real gangsters that's locked up right now who probably never thought they would have ever got caught. But that be people's problem. When you don't think you're going to get caught, you're going to get caught. But you got to watch it. Just like he said, you got to watch it. You know what I'm saying? Like, go the other way on some shit. You said, what? I don't know what you talking about, man. And spin off. You know what I'm saying? Just to avoid the whole situation, period. You feel me? But he giving them the game, though. And he's a retired police officer, so you better take advantage of that shit. He giving out something that a lot of the boss ain't gonna tell you, but he one of the ones he gave the game, though. The youth need to take heed to that shit too. Watch what the y'all doing now.
Nah, that's facts. Nah, I thought it's making its rounds. I thought that'd be deep. I knew you'd give a good perspective on that. Now, one last thing I wanted to ask you about before we close out here, Big Mike. One of the people who were recently signed to OTF and isn't signed to OTF anymore, Memo600, has come out in full support of Lil Durk. He even did a song in support of Lil Durk in this situation. What do you think about that?
It's like, even though they had they little beef or whatever they had going on, and Memo got problems with other niggas that's in OTF and shit like that, at the same time, all that shit is gonna go on the back burner when it comes to a mother that you got love for. One of your guys, somebody that helped you get to where you at now. You know what I'm saying? Cause Durk helped him get to where he at. So at the same time, like, it's still love out. Like, nigga, I don't f with you, and we got a problem, and we ain't kicking it no more, none of that shit. I can't f with you, but at the same time, I still got that love in my heart, and I don't want to see you in that position. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to see you locked up. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, yeah, Memo, that's still his homie. Durk still his homie. In his eyes, he look at it like Durk still his homie. He got problems with other or other got problems with him or whatever inside the love family or whatever. But at the same time, he's showing his support. It could be publicity. I don't know. It could be. I don't know. It might be publicity. You make a song about Durk and how he locked up and how you can't, you know what I'm saying? You don't wish that on nobody or something like that. Whatever the case may be about the lyrics of the song. People can listen to it and now you getting paid off of it. Or it could just be, that's his homie. You know what I'm saying? That's the who put him in a position and to get where he at. And he trying to show support. He's showing love. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't get no what you do. I'm still going to which I'm still gonna be around for you, especially for some shit like this. They talking about the death penalty, my nigga. Like, come on now. I don't get no what my homie did to me. I don't with you no more, but I still don't want to see you dead. I don't want to see you dead.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. That's crazy. I thought, man, yeah. And even after their whole little thing, OTF or whatever, he split off as an artist. I think he was even in some of Durk's videos. So there's obviously probably still like a relationship there, right?
Yeah, he you know what I'm saying? It's still something. You can't just Like, it sound mushy and shit, but everybody know he my homie, but I love this. This my homie. I got love for this nigga. I love this. You feel? So it's like, even when we do fall out, you think you just gonna be able to turn them feelings off like that? You could say what the you want to say out your mouth, but at the end of the day, on your feelings, your inside, you gonna be hurt. You gonna be like, man, you know what I'm saying? This my homie type shit. You feel me? So at the end of the day, when that shit happened, when them indictments came down, he wanted to show his support. He wanted to let Durk know that I'm still here. Even though we fell out, and you know what I'm saying, we had all whatever happened, whatever, nigga, I'm still here for you. You know what I'm saying? That's how I look at it though.
Nah, that's what's up. That's what's up.
Sure.
And I don't think people see it as mushy. I think people will see that as real. You know what I mean? Now,
sure.
Big Mike, you've given a lot of answers about and some new details on a lot of interesting topics that have just popped up and are going to be talked about for a long time. So, man, salute on that. But it wouldn't be right unless I gave you an opportunity to shout out everything that you got coming out in the future, or to give a message or do whatever you want to, man, with this final time. The floor is yours, Big Mike.
Oh, yeah. So go follow me on Instagram at Big Mike _Memo600. Follow me on YouTube, Big Mike _66. You know what I'm saying? I got all type of shit going on. You know, I'm going to put this out there. Like, I got music coming. I got my own little YouTube series I'm doing. So basically my YouTube series I'm doing based on peer pressure. You know what I'm saying? So basically what we doing is I got shorties that's gonna be acting out situations where they might have been put into a situation. So it might be my story. It could be a story. It could be my little brother's story. It could be anybody's story that I know of that I can help these shorties with. So basically it probably would be some shit where me and I got a little shorty them acting out where they in the crib and a motherfucker coming out like, man, I just seen dude and them blah, 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 this. And one of the shorties, he reluctant though. He like, man, nah, man, I'm just gonna stay in here and play my game. And then the other little shorty's gonna be, man, your ass, you don't want to slide for bro, go out the bam and all this and all that. And then it's gonna go into a scene where he gave in. And he done went off and did what he did. And it's gonna show you the consequences behind it, which is you gonna be locked the fuck up. And then I'm gonna flip it. And I'm gonna show you the good side of not falling into peer pressure. So it's gonna be the same scene. Shorty still gonna be telling them that he ain't on that. He just gonna stay in to play his game, but he gonna stand on it this time. And then it's gonna show you all the benefits of life.
Hey, this is too good, man. You might be giving up too much of the sauce, man. This sounds like a good. Is it gonna be like just a short film or
no? It's basically I'm gonna do like part 1, part 2, part 3. Like basically, I'm gonna keep giving scenarios of peer pressure.
Nice.
But I got these is actual kids. I got acting this shit out. These is the youth. I got acting it out. You know what I'm saying? So I got that coming up. I got my little music coming out, man. You know what I'm saying? My been calling me, asking me will I play role in the movie, like that. So I got a lot of little decent little shit coming up, man. I'm standing on it. Then I'm working with my to start my own podcast and shit. It's like basically just a chill podcast where we come on there. We really talk about, you know what I'm saying, shit that goes on in the street, not just the Chicago streets, the streets, period. You know what I'm saying? And West went wrong. Basically shit like that. And what a could do. You know what I'm saying? Like I tell all the time, just because, let's just use Durk for instance, just because Durk rapping about killing people or in his song, he say you got your man said or whatever, that don't mean that he actually doing that. This is an entertainment business and that's our job, is to entertain people. You know what I'm saying? So we give the people what they want. So just because I'm rapping about something, that don't mean that's what I'm out here in these streets doing, bro. So my thing to the youth is don't go off for what other motherfuckers talking about. You see what just happened. Now your favorite rapper is, you know what I'm saying, got a complaint against him for hiring to kill another motherfucker. That's what you want to do. You want to be in affairs like him. You know what I'm saying? You want to be out here running around ducking bullets and shit like that? No, man. It's all type of it's that's out here that I wish was out here when I was coming up as a child. You know what I'm saying? Or if I knew about it. You know what I'm saying? When I was coming up and shit, man, it's too much money out here, man. The internet is the money, shorties. Y'all don't gotta be no gangsters, man. Do anything. You can post yourself playing the game. And if people like how you play the game, they gonna watch you. And if they watch you, you're gonna make money.
Nah, that's what's up. Nah, man. Yo, I just had to sit back and let you rock, man. But with that, man, once again, I'd like to thank you for coming out to my platform, man. You always deliver some great content. And with that, Big Mike, I wanted to go ahead and say peace out, man. And we out of this thing.